Hello, today is my job to make a video about Leviticus 5. So at the beginning of the chapter, 4 scenarios are given. You hear a public call to testify, but you don't. You touch an unclean animal, you touch an unclean person, or you fail to keep a promise or oath. These can kind of be simplified as not doing what you were called to do, doing something you shouldn't, and then not doing something you promised you should when you should have done it. These are all sins, and the forgiveness process, kind of like how we are saved, only starts when the person realizes they've done wrong. God doesn't forgive them until they realize that they did something wrong, they feel guilty about it, and then they go to the priest and they do the sin sacrifice. So, the next 6 verses talk about the different types of sacrifices that you can do to kind of like atone for these sins. And each option kind of gets progressively cheaper. That's why there's the different animals. That way every single person in the Israelite society can actually atone for their sins, instead of just, oh, sorry, you don't have a goat, you can't do that now. That's why they have the option for turtle doves, and I believe, like, fine flour is also an option. And then the section after that, as it kind of leads into chapter 6, is about guilt offerings, and they're performed in a kind of similar way to sin offerings. The sacrifice itself is more costly, because it's a male animal instead of a female animal. That has significance. I don't see why, but it does. And I think the reason for the more expensive nature of the sacrifice is because the sins that warrant the guilt offering seem to be a bit more serious. Instead of just being referred to as like sins or transgressions, they're called breaches of faith, which seems like a bit more of like a serious wording than sin. So I think that's kind of why it's a bit more expensive. Alright, that's all I got for you. Thank you for watching.